Right, folks, midnight walk and talk. It is midnight this time. Same stupidity as usual. Yeah. Anyway, okay, today we're speaking about, what are we speaking about today? Oh, gym first, yes. Yeah, it was a good session today. 2 hours upstairs. Oh, the thing that I've been trying to say what it is, where you pull the weight to yourself, it's a low row. Yeah, I did pretty well on that today. Not too bad at all. 100k. Most I've ever done before was 80, so today I did 100, so that's good. It shows that there is improvement, so there's still improvement to be made. But then, some of the people that I speak to sometimes, there's two blokes, lovely fellas, big beards, tats, all that lot. Yeah, obviously been training for a while. Good upper body, certainly. I wouldn't know about the rest. They seem to ignore the legs. Similar to me, really. I don't do much of it. I do a little bit of legs, but not a lot. Anyway, they were doing something where they were doing 3 sets of weights, 10 kilogram, 7.5 and 5 kilogram. And they were doing shoulder raise, where you raise to the side. So they started off with 10, then 7, then 5. Then fairly quickly went to 5, 7, 10. So I thought, right, okay. Well, right, in my second hour, I'm going to do that. But of course, because I've been doing this for a bit of a time, I'll go with 12.5, 10, and then 7.5. So first round, yep, no problem at all. 12.5, yep, 8 reps of that. 8 reps of 10, 8 reps of 7.5, not a problem. So 30 seconds-ish, minute, maybe minute rest. 7.5 again, yep, no problem. 10, did 8, no problem. 12.5, did 5. So it's like, work to do there. So I figured, actually, do that with all of it. With all the things I do that. Yeah, go up, not quite to max. So you can go up, well, but not quite to max. Just do that for this week, really. So I've got Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Well, I do downstairs first and upstairs. So really, hopefully I can get around everything I need to do. And I can do fairly quickly, increase, decrease. And what I was doing also today, when I was, wherever I was downstairs actually today, when I was down there first, I was doing just what I was doing, but then I said, actually, stop counting the reps. Just don't count the reps, because the problem is when you get to a certain number, you stop. So instead of counting the reps, go to max. Every time. Just go to max. So if you normally do 8 reps, do 11 if you can do 11. Next time do 11 again if you can do 11. Next time do 9 again if you can do 9. Because if you just settle for 3 sets of 8, you may not be pushing yourself. But if you then can do 11, 11, then 9, up the weight, and then go for 3 sets of 8. Because now you're choosing a weight that's a bit more tricky. That's a bit more of a challenge. Mollie, leave now. Mollie, leave. And Lucy's. There you go, Lucy. Mollie, you left your bottle. I don't know where you left it, but you left it. So, there you go. That was Lucy's bot. So, yeah, that was good today. So, so with things like chest, I can do that. And then, as I say, for this week, do that. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then, after that, it's a case of find out max. Find out what your max is on a few of the things, which means do things differently. Because usually when I'm downstairs, I do cable crossover first. So do upper chest cable crossover first. Then I do upper chest with the bench press. So the problem is I'm already knackered that area of the body, at least to a certain degree. So I've probably taken out 30%. of what it can do. So when I get round to the bench press, I'm already losing 30% of what I could do, at least, if not 50. And then, of course, when I go on to the middle part of the chest for the flat bench, because I've already worked the upper part of the chest, like the raised bench, then, again, I've taken away quite a bit of what I could have probably done it had I started with a flat bench. So I think the answer therefore is one day start with flat bench and just do it with bench press. Next time I'm down there, start with raised bench on bench press. So to find out your maxes. Well, I'd say do it a few days in between. So maybe Wednesday start off with flat bench downstairs to find out my max on that. And then Saturday do the same with raised bench. So I can find out my max on that. That'd be interesting. Much, much more interesting. Because you're doing something different. Riley, come. Come on in now. Come on this way. Come on this way. I think there's people over there. Okay. Don't know what they're doing. Okay, leave them to it. This way, Bubs. That's good. So, in the end, that would all be worth trying. Well, anyway, that's that subject dealt with. I've just uploaded the video of ministries or Christianity ministries, etc. Well, that's because there's massive lack of understanding. Massive lack. And when I did the one on ministries with leading worship leading, again, massive confusion. The person I spoke to only watched about 6 minutes of that video. It's a very, very long video, half an hour long video. She watched 6 minutes and decided to try and pick me apart on it. So it's like, okay, so right, I've got to come back and I've got to now explain these things. Okie dokie. Alright, do that. Make a little video about the things that were confusing her, or that she was challenging me on. So do that. So yeah, so that was done. I suppose the next subject's got to be the UK government and their desire for another lockdown. Because they come out with all this rubbish. To protect the economy, we've got to have a lockdown. Excuse me, to destroy the economy, you've got to have a lockdown. Not protect. Having a lockdown is going to destroy the economy. It's not going to protect it in any way, shape or form. It's going to damage it. Because of course it is, businesses just started opening up again. Pubs just started opening up again. Restaurants. Other business just started opening up again. People started going back actually into work rather than working at home. Well then, as soon as they do that, all these businesses have spent a fortune on making their businesses safe for COVID. And now you're going to say, lockdown again. All that stops for the foreseeable future, maybe a couple of weeks. Maybe we do this every couple of months, couple of weeks. How on earth is that going to affect the economy? And again, it's these scientists, and it's only a couple of scientists that do this, that are saying this. And again, they're going by the fact of, there's large number of cases, new cases in other countries, and people going into a hospital. But we are at a time of the year when, generally speaking, people go into the hospital for things like flu. When they get flu quite badly, which does happen every year around this time of year. Plus the fact that every country now, certainly most European countries, are testing like mad. And because they're testing like mad, they're finding more and more cases because they're testing like mad. Plus, somebody explained earlier on the talk radio something that was very interesting. That with all tests like this, you're going to have tons of false positive results. Tons. Because that's the thing with these sort of tests, the way they're done, is that they are not accurate in any way, shape or form. Scientists would never use them. You would never test someone's DNA in the way they test for COVID. It's so badly done, it would be thrown out in court, these results. If it would be thrown out in court, how on earth are the government taking notice of it? Then when the government minister, Hancock, was asked, these people that have tested positive, have they had a second test straight afterwards to confirm that? Oh, well, some have, he said. Some have. Okay, how many? Oh, I don't know, he says. So really, probably none have. That's this government for you. I don't think they are as incompetent as they're trying to make out. The problem is that they decided to go down this route of lockdown of fear. Now, of course, they started this route of fear. They're now trapped in this route of fear. They're trapped in it now. Chewie got a bot, but he left it for Daddy. There you go, Chewie. Good jump, my boy. I'm not sure if that got caught on camera. Hope it did. It's a good jump by him. Amber, come here. Amber, stop trying to find food. Come, Babs. Well, because of those people over there, wherever they are, that were sort of camping by the looks of it, doing what they're doing. I think we're going to go to another place in a minute. We've done one walk around this one, we'll go to another place. There's another place just in the other part of town. Another little area we can walk around, so I think we'll just do that. Right. So yeah, government-wise, yeah, as I say, I think they went down this route of fear. And I think as soon as you then see cases increase... Amber, leave! Because you then see the cases increase, then that means, obviously, you've got the situation where cases are increasing in Spain and France. Yeah, but yesterday there was only 15 deaths in France. Same amount of number in the UK, 15 deaths. So at the moment it's not time to lock down. Really isn't, because if you look at where these cases are, as in the age group of the population, it's mainly younger people who are sort of being found to have the virus or to have had. But that's another point with these tests. These tests basically can show someone had the virus months ago, but it still shows them as having the virus, because part of the virus is still there in them, even though it's not anything that's an issue now, not for them or anyone else. And bad leave. So it is mainly younger people, in which case, they're generally okay with it. Amber, I'm going to sort you out and pack it up. Stop trying to find food. You've had lots of food already, ain't you? Eh? Tons of food already. You're fine. Right, Bubs, be a good girl. Oh, well. So yeah. So all these false positives could be an issue, but the government doesn't need to panic. Although, put yourself in their shoes. Would you panic if you were them? if you were the government, would you panic? You've got the situation where you are also trying to negotiate Brexit. You need the public to be supportive of you. You need their confidence. So that's one thing you need. If you suddenly have loads of people dying of a virus, you know that that's going to have a massive impact on the whole of your term in power. The whole of your term and everything you try and do. Every single thing you try and do. So not only don't you want these people to die because you don't want people to die, but also because you don't want your whole term in charge to be completely ruined. Because basically, if that happens, Hancock is finished. Boris Johnson is finished. A number of the other people involved are finished. That's the reality of the situation. They have nowhere to go because they're responsible for all these deaths. So of course they don't want to be doing that. So they take the gamble that going on lockdown might not destroy the economy. Might not. Now of course, the likelihood is it will. Well, we've just had a massive lockdown. Certainly in London, places like London and other major cities, a lot of those small businesses that really do desperately need the offices to go back to work at full volume, those businesses are pretty much gone. The ones that aren't are going to be gone if we go on lockdown again. Right, come on, you lot. In you go for now. Come on, in you come. Come on, in you go, Border Collie. Lucy, Chewie, come. Let's do your collar for now, okay? In you go, jump. Come here, do your collar, Chewie. Chewie here now. Here now, mate. Come on, let's do your collar. Let's do one of them. There you go, that'll do. Lay down for now. Lay down now, Bubs. Yeah, so I say the economy, it's a problem. I mean, for the whole of the UK. Scotland's economy is tourism. Simple as that. Most of northern England's economy is tourism. Most of Wales's economy is tourism. Well, at the moment, with the heavy restrictions, no one's really coming into the country. And the people in the country aren't travelling around the country. So, major problem with most of the country. Huge situation with most of the country. Right, well that's the reality of the situation, isn't it? Most of the country is struggling economy-wise. It's like here, you've got offices here. Right, that building there is a furniture store, closed. The library over there, closed. The cafe for the library, closed. You've got a building there which is council workers, closed. Halfords is open now. Places like that are open. Halfords was open during lockdown, although very, very restricted openness. But yeah, I mean, you've got buildings over there closed. I think that's the community centre closed. Most of the buildings in the high street closed. So those businesses are going to go down. I mean, high streets all over the UK have a load of empty shops, a load of empty stores, because of the fact the recession sort of knackered them. And you have to say that what also damaged a lot of the high streets is the rates that the councils decide to charge for shop properties or store properties, they have empty stores. What they should really do is say to people who take it over rent-free for 3 months, right, to help you start up. Then, for the next 3 months, half price. You only start paying full price 6 months in. Once your business is more established, then you start paying full price. Right? That's what they should do. But they won't do because they think somehow, even with shops that have been empty for months and months and months and months and months, that somehow a business is going to come in and pay the full rates tomorrow. Which, generally speaking, doesn't happen. Because businesses have got too much sense. They don't want to do that. Because it doesn't make sense to do that. So therefore they don't do it. Right, one sec, I'm going to take them around the other guys. Right, stay there. Stay there. Come here, Chewie. Do your collar again. And yours. Go on then, let's go. Take your bottle of this. Here you go, you take that one, Bubs. Well, because I'm pretty sure the people that were in there have gone. There are people in an area that have either a light or a fire, I'm not sure what they had. But I've seen people come out that way and I've seen people come out that way. So it's quite likely the people that were there have gone now. Possible. Either that or we're going to find them there again. Don't know. But yeah. Oh, my friend did the handbrake on the car. It went from 12 clicks to the handbrake actually working, even though barely working is more accurate, to 2 clicks. So yeah, should probably be about 5 clicks. But it's good. 2 clicks, to get the 3rd click, you've really got to use a bit of strength to do that. And it will hold on anything now. So there's my car over there. So yeah, it holds now, so that's good. And it wasn't anywhere near as big a deal. Yeah, because the plan is that he would have it today from whatever time, take the wheels off, check all the brakes, etc, etc. I don't think he's going to do that now. Because the main brake works. The brakes seem to work okay. I mean, I don't think he thinks they're that good, but I mean, that's a job that can be done, if need be, but they seem to, they do the job. They stop the car, which is what matters, you know. When it matters, they stop the car, so yeah. That's cool. I think Mollie found the bot from earlier. Good. She's happy. She's a happy girl. You're a happy girl, Mollie. You got bot. Good girl, Mollie. Mollie Collie got a bot. Oh yeah. So I say that's the library, and that's the library cafe that's closed. So yeah. Well, the libraries, you can drop books off by appointment apparently. I don't think you can go and get any, but you can drop them off by appointment. You might be able to go in by appointment to get books, quite possibly. Because I mentioned by appointment. Open only for pre-booked appointments. Yes. Item return and book borrowing only. So yes, you can borrow books, but you've got to make an appointment, and I think you probably have to do that online. Yes, toilets are closed, and these are the only public toilets in the area. Really, so yeah, not very good. Yeah. How are we doing? You alright, Bubs? Come on, I was just checking that, don't we? We'll continue around. And apparently this says number of cyclists today is 0. That's because the time has changed. Because we're now past 12. That goes back to 0. But number of cyclists this year, I don't think you can quite see that, can you? 55,313. That's how many cyclists that have gone past this point this year. Now, considering a lot of this year we've been on lockdown, that ain't bad, is it, really? Why? Not bad at all. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. But, yeah, I mean, I used to watch the videos about people with bugbears about cyclists. And I found them funny, but I didn't actually see any issues with it. Yeah, I do now. Yeah, I'm starting to see it. When you start coming across these cyclists that are using the road but have no consideration for, car drivers, and treat it as if they own the road, even though as a driver you're going to say drivers pay road tax. What do cyclists pay? They don't pay any road tax, do they? Not if they don't drive. If they drive as well, then they pay road tax, yes. But those who say, no, we don't have a car, we just use public transport and we just ride around on a bicycle, they don't pay road tax, so stay off the roads. That's a fair point. If you don't pay road tax, stay off the roads. You haven't paid to use the roads, so stay off them. Please. Well, they can't do that, can they? Because they're going to go where they've got to go. Go on the roads, but please stay on the left. Yeah, if you're in a different country that drives on the right, then stay on the right. Yeah, make it easier for cars to get past you. It's never easy, because unfortunately when you're going past someone on a bike, you've got to give them so much space. It's ridiculous that when you go past them, you've got to go so wide up to them just in case they suddenly lose control of their bike. But if you can't control your bike, what are you doing out on the road on a bike? Take the bike out incredibly early in the morning or incredibly late at night to a car park. Practice riding around controlling your bike. Then go out on the blinking road. So you're not likely to fall into a car. Because we had that on one occasion. Nearly, it's quite mad. It's on a 60-mile-an-hour road, country road. As I was going past the car, I come wide. As I was going past the bike, I came wide enough. But then the person on the bike suddenly started coming out into the middle of the road. Right as I was just going past her. You dozy, what are you doing? You're trying to get me to kill you? Because of course I slowed down to about 30, 35, but even so, at that speed, it's still quite likely if I hit you, if you come right in front of the car and you get hit by the car, it's quite likely you'll get run over properly where the wheels will go over you. You're going to be squished a bit. Was it worth it? Would it have been worth it to do that? Really? One sec, people. Right, let's finish this walk and talk. So yeah, just speak to the people as I go around. Well, I say they were coming the same way, so I can't really have them in the video, so pause it until we get round until they go a different way, and they have now. That's cool. So yeah, I've got no idea what I was talking about. Don't know. But anyway, yes, so that's what it is. Yeah, we are in this situation where certainly the government is panicky at the moment, definitely panicky. What they don't want is to have loads of people dying, and again, we understand that, yep. But likelihood is loads of people aren't going to die, and I think they understand that, but there's that risk. And for them, that risk is too high. For us, no. Not really, just do what Sweden did, really. And say, okay, if you're under the age of 40, go and do your work, go and do what you want to do. If you want to stay at home, stay at home, that's cool. If you want to go back to work, go back to work. If you want to go to the pub, go to the pub. Yeah, you want to go out, that's cool. Yeah, if you're elderly or you're vulnerable, then isolate. Go to the shops if you need to go to the shops. Yeah, wear your face mask when you're out. Wash your hands. Stay a sensible distance away from each other. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to do. That's what they did, and they're in a far better position than we are. They're not panicking. They're not overly worried. Amber, leave now. Would you walk away from that rubbish, Amber? Pack it up. Being a bad girl again. No more, Amber. Be a good girl. No more of that. Plus there's loads of glass down there again. Mollie found a sticky. You can have it. I don't want it. You can have it. I don't want it. Riley, come. Come on, Smiley Riley. Come on, Bubs. So, yeah. Go on, Mollie. On you go. Go on, Bubs. You take your sticky. So, yeah, what's going to happen, don't know. Boris Johnson's going to have a news conference apparently tomorrow. Get a move on. Move, Amber, now. Come on. Stop trying to eat rubbish. Move, now. Go. Go on, you've got to kick up the arse. Serves you right. Told you, stop trying to eat rubbish. Oh, she's got to learn because you just don't know what people chuck down. You really don't, so you've got to stop them trying to eat anything they find because they could find something that they shouldn't be eating. Anyway, that'll do. You take care, God bless, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.